Imagine living in a world where everything you depend on starts to wither away. The food you eat, the crops you grow, and the very essence of your survival slips through your fingers, despite your hardest efforts. What would you do? This is the story of a tribe on the brink of starvation, whose hope came in the form of an unimaginable sacrifice made by someone they cherished most, their goddess. In the lush, rolling hills where the Chasan Naga tribe thrived, life was simple but deeply connected to the land. The tribe had a protector, a radiant goddess named Leha. She wasn't just a figure of worship, she was the heart of the community, their guardian. Every villager knew that Leha's love was like the sun that warmed their fields. But when those fields stopped yielding rice, their main source of life, the tribe's future hung in the balance. For generations, the Chasan Naga people relied on their rice harvest. It wasn't just food, it was their identity. But now, despite endless days of hard work and prayers echoing to the skies, the earth refused to give back what they needed. The rice paddies that had once been their lifeblood were now barren, as dry as the hope in their hearts. Hunger spread, children fell ill, and the elders grew more desperate with each passing day. In their darkest hour, the village elders gathered. They were wise, but even their wisdom faltered against this crisis. What could be done? Who could help? Finally, the chief, with all the strength he could muster, knew there was only one being they could turn to. Their goddess, Leha. Under the light of a full moon, the villagers gathered by the sacred river where they believed Leha dwelled. Their voices rose in prayer, a mixture of hope and sorrow, as they called out to the goddess who had protected them for so long. Would she answer this time too? And then, in the gentle whisper of the night, Leha appeared. Her presence, usually a source of joy, now carried a weight that the villagers could feel deep within their souls. Her face was calm, but her voice was laced with sorrow. "I have heard your cries," she said, "and I feel your pain. But the only way to restore life to the fields is through a sacrifice, one unlike any before." The air thickened with tension. The villagers exchanged nervous glances. What kind of sacrifice could save them? With a soft sigh, Leha spoke the words that would change their lives forever. "The sacrifice must be mine." A ripple of disbelief swept through the crowd. The villagers gasped, their hearts breaking at the thought. Could it be true? Their beloved goddess, the one who had always protected them, was offering her life for their survival. The chief, trembling with emotion, stepped forward. "But, dear goddess, how can we ask this of you? How could we live knowing we have lost you?" Leha's gaze softened, filled with the same love she had always shown them. "I was sent to care for you," she said. "And if my life ensures your survival, then it is a sacrifice I am willing to make. I will become the rice, and it will grow for you season after season." Tears filled the eyes of the villagers, and though their hearts ached, they knew they had no choice. This was their only hope. They knelt before Leha, their voices breaking as they thanked her for her endless love, for everything she had done, and for what she was about to do. As the first light of dawn began to creep over the hills, Leha led the villagers to the barren fields. With graceful movements, she knelt and placed her hands into the dry soil. The earth seemed to hum with energy, glowing under her touch. "This," she whispered, "is where I will rest. From here, rice will grow forever, and you will never face hunger again." With a serene smile, Leha lay down upon the earth. In a moment too beautiful and too heartbreaking to fully describe, her body transformed into golden grains of rice. The villagers wept openly as they watched her disappear, knowing they had lost their beloved goddess. But in her place, the fields glowed with new life. Time passed, and the villagers planted the rice that Leha had become. To their astonishment, the fields flourished with an abundance they had never seen before. The rice grew tall and strong, season after season, just as Leha had promised. No longer would they face hunger. The tribe, now prosperous, knew that every grain of rice they harvested was a reminder of the goddess who had given everything for them. Leha's story became a legend, passed down through generations. It wasn't just a tale of survival, it was a lesson in selflessness, a symbol of ultimate sacrifice, and a reminder that love, when given freely and without hesitation, can transform even the bleakest of times into moments of hope. The Chasan Naga people continued to honor Leha by tending to the land with care, respecting the earth as they had respected her. And every time they harvested the rice, they whispered her name, knowing that her love lived on in every grain. The story of Leha, the goddess who became rice, reminds us all that true love often comes with sacrifice. In giving everything, she saved her people and ensured their future for generations to come. It's a powerful reminder of the strength of selflessness and the bonds that connect us to the earth and each other.